What if I told you that the greatest strength lies not in fighting back, but in walking away? Stay with me until the end, and you'll uncover the surprising secret to turning negativity into your greatest strength. And it's simpler than you think. Disrespect stings. It challenges our pride, triggers our emotions, and often leaves us feeling powerless. But here's the thing. The strongest person in the room isn't the one shouting the loudest. It's the one who controls their emotions. In this video, we're diving deep into how you can master your reactions, build emotional intelligence, and reclaim your inner strength. By the end, you'll not only see disrespect in a whole new light, but you'll also learn how to turn it into a tool for personal growth. Let's be real, we've all been there. Someone cuts us off mid-sentence, undermines our hard work, or says something downright hurtful. And in that split second, our instinct is to defend ourselves, retaliate, or make them feel what we're feeling. It's human nature, right? But here's the hard truth. Those knee-jerk reactions don't fix the problem. In fact, they often make things worse. When we let disrespect dictate our actions, we hand over control to the very person who wronged us. They win, and we're left with a mess of regret, frustration, and often more conflict. So, how do we break this cycle? What if I told you the answer lies just ahead? Let's dive deeper into how restraint can change not just your interactions, but your entire perspective on life. Exploration, development, the profound power of restraint. In a world where emotions often reign supreme, the quiet strength of restraint shines as a beacon of wisdom and maturity. Restraint is not a sign of weakness, as many might think, but rather, it is a testament to inner strength, patience, and self-awareness. To pause, breathe deeply, and choose not to react impulsively is to rise above the chaos, demonstrating a character rooted in purpose and peace. Imagine someone speaks to you with disrespect, their words sharp, their tone dismissive. Your instinct may urge you to respond, to defend your dignity, to prove your worth. Yet, in choosing restraint, you refuse to be drawn into the negativity. Instead, you hold your ground with calmness, shifting the power dynamic entirely. As Proverbs 16:32 reminds us, better a patient person than a warrior, one with self-control than one who takes a city. This is the strength of restraint, a victory not over others, but over the impulses that threaten to control us. Think about the last time someone dismissed your effort or belittled your ideas. That sting, that frustration, it's universal. But what if, instead of reacting, you reclaimed your control? What if the real victory wasn't in their apology, but in your peace? C.S. Lewis, a masterful thinker on spiritual truths, understood this deeply. In the Screwtape Letters, he warned of the subtle dangers of pride and the need to guard our hearts against it. When we respond impulsively, driven by anger or ego, we allow others to manipulate us. Restraint, however, liberates us from this trap. It redirects our focus from defending our pride to upholding our values. Lewis often said that humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. This humility, rooted in restraint, frees us to choose peace over retaliation. Consider the life of Jesus Christ, the ultimate example of restraint. When he was mocked, accused falsely, and beaten unjustly, his response was not one of anger, but of profound self-control. Matthew 27:14 tells us, "But Jesus made no reply, not even to a single charge." His silence was not submission, but a reflection of his unshakable strength and divine purpose. Jesus knew that his mission was greater than any provocation, and his restraint stands as a powerful lesson for us today. Why is restraint so transformative? It empowers us to step back and see the bigger picture. How often have we regretted words spoken in anger, actions driven by frustration? Restraint offers us a chance to pause, reflect, and respond with wisdom. It's not about suppressing emotions, but about channeling them constructively. It's about living in alignment with the values we hold dear. When someone disrespects you, their goal is often to provoke a reaction. By staying calm, you deny them the satisfaction of controlling your emotions. In that moment, you demonstrate strength, not the loud, forceful kind, but the quiet, enduring kind that speaks of maturity and grace. As Romans 12:21 teaches us, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Restraint is the first step toward overcoming negativity and choosing goodness. How can we cultivate this strength? Think of restraint as a skill, one that grows stronger with practice. Start small. When frustration arises, pause, take a deep breath, and pray for clarity. Reflect on moments when you were tempted to react impulsively. What fueled your emotions? What could you have done differently? Over time, these small efforts will build emotional resilience. Writing down your thoughts in a journal can also help. Reflect on the triggers that challenge your restraint and explore ways to respond constructively. This practice not only deepens self-awareness, but also equips you to handle future situations with grace. In relationships, restraint is a cornerstone of trust and respect. When we choose not to escalate conflicts, we create space for understanding and healing. As Ephesians 4:2-3 advises, be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. Restraint is not about ignoring problems. It's about approaching them with love and intentionality. The rewards of restraint extend far beyond conflict resolution. Imagine the energy you save by choosing not to engage in every provocation. How much more focus could you dedicate to nurturing relationships, pursuing your passions, and fulfilling your purpose? Restraint redirects your energy toward what truly matters, freeing you from the cycle of anger and regret. Over time, restraint becomes a source of personal growth. The things that once upset you lose their hold. You become more centered, more composed, and less reactive. This transformation is not just emotional, it's spiritual. As Philippians 4:5 reminds us, let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Restraint at its heart is an expression of gentleness, a strength that seeks to uplift rather than tear down. In practice, restraint is a spiritual discipline. It demands patience, self-reflection, and the humility to admit when we fall short. But with each decision to pause instead of react, we grow stronger. The small victories of today prepare us for the greater challenges of tomorrow. The next time someone disrespects you, remember this. Restraint is not about letting others win. It's about ensuring that you remain true to your faith, your values, and your purpose. It's about reflecting the grace of Christ in every interaction. Choose restraint, and you choose strength. Choose peace, and you choose wisdom. Let this quiet power transform your life, one moment at a time. Take a deep breath right now. Imagine yourself in a moment of conflict. Can you feel the power of restraint building within you? Hold on to that, because we're about to make it even stronger. Emotional intelligence. So why do people disrespect others in the first place? Most of the time, it's not about you, it's about them, their frustrations, insecurities, or even pain. Emotional intelligence helps us see beyond the surface. Instead of taking disrespect personally, we start to ask deeper questions. Why is this person acting this way? What might they be going through? Understanding the root of disrespect doesn't mean we excuse it, but it gives us the clarity to decide how to respond. Do we engage, or is it better to let it go? Emotional intelligence helps us make that call. Mastering the art of response. Choosing wisdom over emotion. In the moments when disrespect cuts deeply, our reactions have the power to shape the outcome, not only of the situation but also of our peace and relationships. Controlling how we respond is not about suppressing feelings, it's about mastering them. It's the ability to pause, reflect, and act in alignment with our values rather than being swept away by fleeting emotions. Pause for a moment. Think about the last time someone disrespected you. What did you do? How did you feel? Write it down. And let's work through how you could respond differently next time. Think of how often anger, frustration, or hurt can cloud our judgment. These emotions demand immediate expression, urging us to speak before thinking. Yet reacting in haste risks escalating the conflict, saying words we don't mean or causing harm that wasn't necessary. James 1:19 reminds us, "Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry." This simple wisdom echoes the profound strength required to step back and act with intention. True control lies in recognizing that not every slight deserves our attention. When you pause, breathe deeply and ask, "Is this worth my energy?" You take back power from the situation. Rather than letting someone else dictate your behavior, you guide your response with clarity. Let's draw from C.S. Lewis's insights. In the Screwtape Letters, Lewis exposes how easily pride can trap us, turning our reactions into tools for others to manipulate. He teaches that humility is not about humiliation, but choosing to focus on higher values. Responding to disrespect with wisdom, rather than impulse, exemplifies this humility. It allows us to protect not just our dignity but also our inner peace. The difference between reaction and response is profound. A reaction is impulsive, fueled by raw emotion, and often defensive. It lacks perspective, focusing only on the heat of the moment. A response, however, is deliberate, shaped by thoughtfulness, and considers long-term consequences. It is not about ignoring disrespect, but engaging in a way that preserves our integrity and emotional balance. Consider Jesus, who faced countless moments of ridicule and provocation. When falsely accused, he remained silent, demonstrating unmatched self-control. Matthew 27:14 says, "But Jesus made no reply, not even to a single charge." His silence was not weakness, it was strength grounded in purpose. Jesus' example teaches us that restraint can be a powerful tool for rising above negativity and staying anchored in truth. Why does this matter in daily life? When someone disrespects us, they often seek to provoke a reaction. By refusing to engage in emotional outbursts, you disarm them. Instead of letting their behavior define your actions, you demonstrate strength, composure, and a focus on what truly matters. Think of the times you've responded calmly in a heated moment. How often did that shift the tone of the interaction? As Romans 12:18 encourages, "If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone." This doesn't mean avoiding confrontation altogether, but choosing the path of wisdom and grace. How can we cultivate this strength? Building emotional resilience begins with small, intentional steps. When frustration arises, pause, count to 10, take a deep breath, and invite God's guidance through prayer. Reflect on past experiences. What triggered your reaction and how could you have responded differently? These practices, though simple, build the discipline needed to navigate more challenging moments. Journaling is another tool for growth. By writing down your thoughts after moments of conflict, you create space to process emotions and identify patterns. Over time, this self-awareness allows you to approach future situations with greater composure. In relationships, choosing thoughtful responses fosters trust and understanding. When we resist the urge to escalate conflict, we create room for healing and connection. As Ephesians 4:29 reminds us, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up." Through careful words and actions, we not only protect relationships, but also reflect God's love. What are the long-term benefits of self-control? Restraint saves energy that might otherwise be wasted on arguments or regret. Imagine redirecting that energy toward nurturing relationships, pursuing your passions, and deepening your faith. By practicing restraint, you align your actions with your values, creating a life that reflects intentionality and purpose. Over time, you'll find that what once angered or upset you no longer holds power. You become more grounded, more centered, and less reactive. This transformation is not just emotional, but spiritual, as you grow in faith and wisdom. Living with restraint is a journey, not a destination. It requires patience, prayer, and humility. There will be moments of failure, but each attempt strengthens your ability to pause, reflect, and choose wisely. These small victories prepare you for greater challenges, equipping you to navigate life with grace and confidence. As Philippians 4:5 beautifully states, "Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near." Restraint is an expression of this gentleness, a quiet strength that speaks volumes. It's about choosing to build rather than destroy, to uplift rather than retaliate. So the next time someone tests your patience, remember, your reaction is yours to control. Choose wisdom over impulse, grace over pride, and peace over chaos. In doing so, you reflect Christ's love and strength, shining a light for others to follow. Let restraint guide you, shaping not just your responses but your life, one choice at a time. Rediscovering self-respect. A journey to inner peace. When you respect yourself, you recognize your intrinsic value, unchangeable, unwavering, and untouched by the words or actions of others. Disrespect from someone may sting, but it does not define who you are. Your worth, your dignity, and your identity flow from within, shaped not by external validation, but by a steadfast understanding of your God-given value. Often disrespect tells us more about the person delivering it than the one receiving it. People who demean others are frequently battling their own insecurities, frustrations, or inner pain. Understanding this truth can help you stand firm in your self-worth, even when faced with disregard. As Proverbs 19:11 reminds us, a person's wisdom yields patience. It is to one's glory to overlook an offense. The power of silence in disrespect. Choosing silence in the face of disrespect is not weakness. It's an act of self-preservation. Silence can be a shield, protecting your energy and focus from unnecessary battles. By remaining quiet, you send a message. I value myself too much to waste energy engaging with negativity. Imagine someone undermines your efforts or belittles you. Your first impulse might be to respond, to defend your honor. But choosing to walk away or remain calm speaks louder than any retort. It tells the world and yourself that you are grounded in who you are, unwilling to stoop to a level that does not align with your values. Setting boundaries with confidence. Respecting yourself means understanding your boundaries and standing firm in them. Disrespect often crosses those boundaries, but defending them doesn't always require confrontation. Sometimes the most effective way to assert your boundaries is to step away, declining to participate in toxic exchanges. This does not mean tolerating poor treatment. Instead, it means refusing to let others dictate your emotional state. As Matthew 5:39 teaches, turning the other cheek is not about submission, but about demonstrating strength through self-control and grace. Managing emotions with grace. A key part of self-respect is mastering your emotions during challenging situations. It's natural to feel anger or hurt when someone disrespects you. However, self-respect involves recognizing when emotional reactions may cause more harm than good. Pausing to breathe and reflect allows you to respond thoughtfully, not impulsively. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will reacting bring peace or will it draw me into negativity? Often, silence or calm detachment is the most empowering response, enabling you to move forward without being ensnared in unnecessary conflict. Choosing your battles wisely. Not every insult or slight requires your attention. Respecting yourself means reserving your energy for what truly matters. In some cases, defending yourself may be necessary, but it's essential to discern which battles align with your values and which are distractions. Proverbs 15:1 reminds us, "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." When you prioritize self-respect, you become selective about where you invest your emotional energy. You avoid being derailed by minor provocations, focusing instead on your higher goals and purpose. Forgiveness as self-respect. Self-respect also involves the practice of forgiveness, not necessarily for those who wronged you, but for yourself. It's easy to dwell on moments of disrespect, replaying them in your mind and wishing you had reacted differently. Forgiving yourself for any perceived missteps allows you to release the burden of regret, preserving your inner peace. Understand that perfection in every situation is unattainable, and that's okay. What matters most is maintaining your dignity and learning from each experience to move forward with greater strength. This is the turning point. Next time someone challenges your patience, what will you choose? Will you let their negativity win, or will you rise above it with strength and grace? Pause, breathe, and decide. Your choice shapes your future. Resilience through respect. People who respect themselves understand that disrespect is an inevitable part of life. It is not a reflection of your worth, but an opportunity to reaffirm it. Each instance of disrespect becomes a chance to demonstrate resilience, to remain calm in the storm, to respond with integrity, and to reflect your true character. This resilience builds inner strength over time, equipping you to handle future challenges with poise. Romans 12:17-18 reminds us, "Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone." Living as an example of self-respect. Self-respect is contagious. When you live with dignity and confidence, others take notice. By setting a standard for how you expect to be treated, you inspire those around you to treat you and themselves with greater respect. Your actions teach others that negativity and disrespect hold no power over you. Ultimately, self-respect fosters emotional and spiritual peace. Reacting to every insult or slight drains your energy and leaves you in a constant state of defensiveness. But with self-respect, you create emotional boundaries that protect your well-being, ensuring that your happiness remains firmly in your control. The gift of choosing peace. Choosing your battles is a skill that grows with practice. Not every insult or criticism deserves your reaction. Knowing when to let go is a hallmark of emotional intelligence and maturity. By disengaging from unnecessary conflicts, you conserve energy for pursuits that align with your purpose and values. Self-respect is about more than reacting to others. It's about honoring your own worth. By choosing peace, setting boundaries, and responding thoughtfully, you uphold the dignity that reflects God's love in your life. Let this understanding guide you, empowering you to navigate life's challenges with grace and unwavering strength. Choosing battles wisely. Not every fight is worth fighting. This doesn't mean you're avoiding conflict out of fear. It means you're prioritizing your peace. Think about it. If you respond to every slight, every insult, every negative comment, you'll drain your energy in no time. Instead, ask yourself, does this matter in the long run? Will engaging improve the situation, or will it escalate things? Most of the time, staying calm or walking away is the wiser choice. The wisdom of silence and walking away. Choosing not to engage does not mean surrendering. It's an intentional act of self-preservation. When you remain calm or walk away, you send a powerful message. I value my inner peace too much to let someone else's negativity control me. Consider how Jesus handled provocation during his ministry. Despite constant challenges and accusations, he often responded with profound composure or silence. In Matthew 27:14, when falsely accused, he made no reply, not even to a single charge. This was not weakness but the ultimate strength, an unwavering focus on his mission and purpose. By walking away from unnecessary battles, you reflect a deep understanding of your worth. You show that you will not stoop to match the negativity of others. As Proverbs 15:1 reminds us, a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Evaluating what truly matters. Every moment of disrespect offers a choice: to react impulsively or to reflect and respond with wisdom. But how do we determine which battles are worth fighting? Begin by evaluating the situation. Ask yourself, is this conflict meaningful in the bigger picture? Will engaging bring resolution, or will it add fuel to the fire? Does addressing this uphold my values, or simply satisfy my pride? Often disrespect stems from someone else's internal struggles, frustration, insecurity, or pain. Recognizing this truth helps you approach situations with compassion rather than anger. Some conflicts are simply not about you but reflect the other person's burdens. Understanding this can help you decide when to speak and when to let go. Protecting your energy for what matters. Each day, we have only so much emotional and mental energy. If you spend it all on minor conflicts or insults, what will be left for your true purpose? By carefully choosing your battles, you save your strength for the things that truly matter: your relationships, your work, your spiritual growth. Choosing wisely also helps maintain focus. Instead of being distracted by negativity, you channel your energy toward meaningful goals. You create room for personal and spiritual growth, for pursuing what aligns with your values and God's plan for your life. Choosing your battles doesn't mean ignoring every act of disrespect. There are moments when standing up for yourself or others is necessary. But even in those moments, it's crucial to approach conflict with calm and clarity rather than anger. When disrespect becomes repeated or harmful, addressing it directly can help establish boundaries. However, this does not mean engaging in heated arguments. It means speaking from a place of strength, guided by the principles of kindness and truth. As Matthew 5:9 says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God." Learning when to let go. Some people thrive on conflict. They may repeatedly provoke others because it feeds their need for control or drama. Engaging with such individuals rarely leads to resolution. In these cases, the most empowering choice you can make is to walk away. Refusing to be drawn into their negativity is not a sign of weakness, but of profound strength. Letting go is an act of faith, a recognition that your worth is not determined by the behavior of others. By prioritizing peace, you reflect the quiet confidence of someone who knows their value in Christ. You declare, "My energy is too precious to waste on battles that do not serve my purpose." Choosing your battles is not just a strategy for emotional well-being. It's a reflection of spiritual maturity. Each decision you make to rise above conflict, to preserve peace, or to walk away from negativity is an opportunity to live out your faith. As Romans 12:18 teaches us, if it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Through patience and restraint, you model Christ-like behavior, inspiring others to do the same. By valuing your peace, you create a ripple effect of respect and kindness in your relationships. In the end, choosing your battles is about much more than avoiding conflict. It's about creating a life filled with meaning, growth, and peace. It's about deciding where to invest your time and energy, ensuring that your actions reflect your highest values. By practicing this discipline, you free yourself from the burden of constant defensiveness. You focus on what truly matters: your faith, your purpose, and the people you love. Let this wisdom guide your choices, bringing calm to your spirit and strength to your journey. Through it, may you reflect the grace and peace of Christ in every interaction, building self-respect and boundaries. Here's something powerful. When you respect yourself, you stop needing validation from others. Disrespect no longer feels like an attack on your worth because you know who you are. Setting boundaries becomes second nature. You don't tolerate negativity, not because you're weak, but because you value your peace too much to waste energy on it. But self-respect isn't just about saying no. It's about knowing when to walk away. Silence in the face of disrespect isn't submission. It's self-preservation. It's saying, "I know my worth, and I won't lower myself to match your negativity." Climax, key, moment. This is it, the moment everything changes. When someone disrespects you, they expect you to break, to react, to lose your cool. But when you pause, when you hold your ground with grace, you don't just protect your peace, you rewrite the rules. When someone disrespects you, they expect a reaction. They're counting on your anger, frustration, or defensiveness. But the moment you pause, when you take a breath and choose not to engage, you shift the power dynamic entirely. Think of it like this: every reaction is a choice. Do you choose to let them dictate your emotions, or do you choose to stay grounded in who you are? That choice defines your strength. Disrespect will come. It's part of life. But your reaction, that's where your power lies. So what will you choose? Next time someone tests your patience, pause, reflect, and remember, every moment is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and closer to your purpose. By mastering restraint, building emotional intelligence, and choosing your battles wisely, you not only protect your peace, but also grow stronger in the process. Every moment of disrespect can either pull you down or push you toward greater self-awareness and resilience. The choice is yours. Disrespect will come, but your power lies in how you respond. Starting today, Make a commitment. Pause, reflect, and choose restraint. Share this message with someone who needs it, and let's create a ripple effect of positivity and peace. We invite you to continue watching. In the top left corner, you'll find our most loved video on the channel, a viewer favorite filled with inspiration and encouragement. And on the right, don't miss our playlist of hand-picked, impactful videos, each one crafted to bless and nourish your soul. Thank you for joining us on this journey. May each video be a source of peace and strength in your life.